Hello, everyone. I hope it's okay to go live in here still. I did a while back and it didn't get taken down, so I'm hoping it's still okay. I was just sitting meditating in the park, and I started to get this message that Jesus and Mary Magdalene wanted to come through. And I've channeled them before. I'm what you would call a clear conduit channel, which means that I can channel verbatim what I am hearing from the deceased, from collective consciousness, from different specific deceased beings, from the higher selves of people. I can read the energy. I'm a psychic medium as well, and I can look at potential outcomes and things like that, although I don't like to do future predictions. So one of the things that they wanted me to go live on. Oh, hi, Jennifer. Of course you're in here. One of the things that I wanted to go live on, and I do a lot of these in my own free group as well, was they said, we really want to talk about love and what love actually is. And so many people are so focused on manifesting divine love, like twin flame relationships, soulmate relationships. They're like, my team has been talking to me about, so many people are going, when is my soulmate coming? When am I going to find that love of a lifetime? Or they're having relationship problems with the relationships they're currently in. And they're like, I don't know what to do about this. I don't know how to manifest this. Is this even something that I can manifest? So they wanted to come in because, okay, Jesus is saying, in my lifetime is Jesus Christ or Yeshua ben Joseph. Many of you would have known me by the name Yeshua, Jesus, Jesse. I'm called by many names. The Christ consciousness is who I am now. I come to you as Jesus, yet I am a collective entity, collective consciousness. I want you to be aware of the fact that I was not the Jesus that was often portrayed in the Bible and in Christian religion, nor in any religion. I was quite the revolutionary thinker. He's jokingly saying a madman. He's like, no, I jest. He's like, I jest. But I was quite the revolutionary thinker for my lifetime, for my age. I was quite young when I met Mary Magdalene, and we did have a very divine, co-creative twin flame relationship. We were divine twins. We were divine lovers. We did have a very physical relationship. I was not the celibate being that I have been portrayed as. In fact, the path to divine love is found within the creative, pure, unconditional love energies in relationship. It is no wonder many of you wish to manifest this or call this in on your physical earth plane. It is quite conducive to your ascension process, in fact. It is quite conducive to manifesting, to allow yourself the feelings of ecstasy and bliss. Now, what I want you to understand, and what we wish you to understand, because Mary Magdalene is here as well, he's saying she was not the prostitute that many thought she was. She ran around with a ragtag group of boys who were quite theological, revolutionary thinkers who challenged the status quo, and she did not get married young. Many women in those days were betrothed from birth and married at the ages of 13, 11, 12. In their early teens. She did not wish to do so, and nor did I. So women in society back then were seen as women of poor morality. So there was a picture painted of her very deliberately by the church and by other religious institutions that she was a prostitute. And it was not uncommon for her to be called names and to be judged by many people in our community as well. It was an unfortunate side effect of her choosing her spirituality and her inner divinity, and her divine feminine energy. Her source within her, spirit within her, told her to continue to remain celibate for quite a while, to remain betrothed to herself for much of her youth. And it served her well because she worked with me, and there were many. He's just showing them holding hands and walking through the fields and just sitting out in these beautiful places, like under a tree, just talking all day. He's saying she continued her spiritual work and was very open as a being, but she was not a prostitute. She was not He's saying she was not a whore. She was my beloved, and we cultivated a divine union of hearts and minds long before our bodies consummated it. What we want you to understand about divine love and divine sex is that in order for you to manifest and cultivate a true twin flame soulmate relationship of the highest consciousness, you must first be committed. And he's showing me an engagement ring, like on my finger, even though I don't have one. And he's showing me you must first be betrothed to yourself. You must first be committed to yourself. As you choose to love yourself unconditionally, in a most fulfilling and endless and eternal capacity, and you choose to send your self-loving thoughts even when you are afraid or in fear or upset about your current life circumstances, upset about the world around you, the things you may see on your TV screens and on your phones, even if you're upset because of certain relationships in your life being unfulfilling or not as you wish them to be. This world is created by your mind. You are collective consciousness. Your entire reality is manifested. Your entire world is a manifestation of collective consciousness. It is all created by vibration and thought. It is all love at the end of the day, but you can misperceive love and co-create in a world of fear and lack. When you do so, that is what you experience in your lifetimes and in your relationships. And so what you must do is experience the innate, he's really getting like passionate, he's using his hands, he's like really experiencing the innate fullness and authenticity and unconditional knowing and loving and trusting of exactly who you are. As you do so, as you fulfill, he's showing like someone keeping their own bucket full, and then the bucket expands and it fills some more, and then it expands and it fills some more, it grows and grows. He's saying as you fulfill, as you follow your heart's calling to do things that feel nourishing, nurturing, loving for yourself, to eat higher quality foods, to be around higher vibrational beings who do not speak of fear, who speak of openness and unconditional love and faith that all is well and all will be well in the universe. As you surround yourself by people who are contributing to causes they care about, not because of fear, not because of lack, but because of joy and because of truth and because of certainty that there is a much better world waiting outside of this fear-mongering universe, this fear-based area. As you choose to do things that fulfill you and sustain you and help you feel empowered and an independent revolutionary thinker, yet a member of a collective unified community. He's saying it's a both. You need to be in both, understanding your own innate power, your own innate what do I want, what makes me happy, not of ego, but what is going to fulfill me and sustain me and make me feel like I am of service to self and to other. He's saying self and other, and he's showing them being equal and essential. He said, many believe you must sacrifice. This has long been taught in the church. It is not so. Sacrificial energy is an energy of deprivation. It means that you believe that you can give things away and not get them back, like your energy, your time, your money, your truths, your powers. There is nothing that can leave you forever. Could Source leave itself? He's saying that could God leave itself? He's pacing. This is so interesting. He's really passionate. Like I feel like I'm like getting a front row seat to like what he would have been like. And I've spoken to him, but very gently. He's saying, so we want you to cultivate this within yourselves. Cultivate this ability to choose loving thoughts for yourself, to choose loving activities for yourself. If you do not wish to go to that social engagement, do not go. If you wish to spend time with yourself, to meditate, to read a good book, or to relax, do so. If you do not wish to be in that job forever, find ways out of it. Your soul, the universe, will meet you the second that you ask for it and will help you find the roads, to find the pathways. And he's showing all of these doors opening all of a sudden when someone just says, please help me find a better way. And they're all in front of you all the time, but you must ask, because he's saying, ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall perceive. Ask and you shall see it. You will see the solutions, and you will be called forth to co-create new entire universes for yourself. Do not think for one moment, for one instant, that choosing to sacrifice the self for love, for another man or woman or potential lover or soulmate or job or money will bring you more of what you want. When you are in a sacrificial energy that says, I serve others instead of the self, it comes from an energy of not enoughness. It comes from an energy of lack and scarcity and believing that you are unloved by God. Nothing could be further from the truth. You are a spark of the same divine creator that created all that is all that is. It is the same loving energy that resides in you, resides in the one. And so how could you lack anything? You must remember your innateness. You must remember exactly who you are. You must remember that you are divine love embodied, that you are divine loved simply manifesting into a physical form, and that your so-called twin flame, your soulmate, that divine lover, is you. You must love you, trust you, know thyself before you will be an energetic match to that high vibrational spark of God in someone else. They are there, they're out there, but it is all you. It is all co-created within your consciousness. If you wish to manifest love, and yes, and I was kind of asking him, well, okay, so we're talking about manifestation. What about soul contracts? Like I was kind of like, I thought that there were soul contracts and that a lot of our souls, Source had decided to have these experiences, and we decided to call in these, relationships at the soul level before we were born. He's saying it is both. What you feel called to manifest is because your soul is telling you it's there waiting for you already. It's already been arranged. So what you must do is put yourself in the highest, most loving vibration by being unconditionally loving and serving the self. He's saying you have been thwarted. Your power has been thwarted in your society. You have been taught to sacrifice the self for others, to sacrifice the self for love and for eternal joy, that you must earn it. You must earn it. He's saying nothing could be further from the truth. God requires nothing. Love is unconditional in its purest form. It needs nothing. It requires nothing. It has no rules, no obligations, no regulations. It knows no form or function. It's pure, unconditional bliss expressed through infinite forms. When you have romance with yourself, he's saying being in love with yourself is not a crime. It's not a crime. In fact, it will bring about the highest vibrational quality you can have, so that when you bring forth blessed experiences like meeting that lover, meeting that twin flame, you realize that you were fulfilled within yourself, and therefore you are in the divine relationship because you are not looking for that person to fulfill some sort of lack or need in you. It takes the pressure off of the relationship, is what they're saying. It creates the divine twin flame or soulmate union in another, because it's two whole beings coming together to make another whole. He said, you have an expression in your world of finding your other half. This other being is not your other half. You are a whole. You're a whole and sovereign and yet eternally loved and unified collective consciousness, all of you, not just humans, but animals too, and the earth and Gaia collective. And he's saying in all of the beings and all of the things you can think of, even the air you breathe is part of you. He's saying when you have a divine relationship with yourself, because you're loving thyself, honoring thyself, making thyself happy. And he's saying there's something in the Bible about if a woman is unmarried, then she should stay single. There's actually a part of it, and Rob Bell actually talks about it, if you know who Rob Bell is. So he's saying when you accept that divine twin flame relationship within yourself, and you merge your yin and yang, you merge your divine masculine and your divine feminine, that is not wounded, that is not lacking, that is not in this belief that it is unloved or lost or stuck or scared, that it is not lacking in any way, then the entire universe becomes your twin flame. The entire world around you that you believe in and perceive becomes your romantic partner. You find romance in life. And that, my loves, is how you call forth divine love. Divine love is not simply between a man and a woman, or a human and a human, or even, he's talking about soulmates coming in infinite forms. He said everything is your soulmate when you accept yourself as your soulmate. Many of you don't realize this, but soulmates are simply aspects of yourself coming in infinite forms. Your dog could be a soulmate. Your child may be a soulmate. Many of you have the same soul as your child, but that soul decided to have unique experiences through two different expressions. He's saying, so like different, me as Allie, I would be one expression of source, right? Like having this experience as Allie. So he's saying, this is the twin flame relationship. You are in it already. All you must do is honor and love thyself and choose things that feel loving for you, and ask yourself, he's saying, use your internal guidance system. Does this feel loving? Does this feel nurturing? Does this feel fulfilling? Or does this hurt? Does this make me feel afraid? Does this make me feel fearful? Now, sometimes your internal GPS may be a little bit skewed toward avoiding pain, avoiding fear. Many of you associate love with hurt. You think love is something you're able to lose. We wish for you to know that even as Jesus and Mary Magdalene, when I was crucified and died and was buried, Mary Magdalene had to have immense, tremendous faith. And she did mourn my death, though she had been told ahead of time, and as I had been told, that I would rise again, because I understood I was not my body. I understood the true relationship, which is the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity, which is truly enveloped in you recognizing the divine within you. You are the divine source. You are the divine spark. You are the soulmate lover. You are both in one human. And so if you choose to treat yourself as such, and he's saying, as this being has, he was trying to compliment me, and I tried to skirt past it, and he looked at me like, please accept my compliment. He's saying, the more you choose yourself and honor yourself and nurture yourself, and ask yourself, what would be good for my body to eat? What would feel good for me to do right now? Many of you spend long hours in jobs that do not make you feel good. Take yourself on more walks. When you exercise, do not exercise because you misperceive some lack or something wrong with you that must be fixed. Exercise because it feels nurturing. It feels good. Do exercises that feel good. Come and join with us. He's saying to invite them in. Invite him and Mary Magdalene in to be with you, and we will reveal the truth within you that you are your own divine spark. You are love embodied. There is nothing else but it. There's nothing else but this love, nothing else but this eternal life force energy that is bursting forth from you. Choose creative pursuits. If you feel called to paint or to make music or to listen to music and to run, he's saying run rampant, like your creative pursuits run rampant inside of your imagination, do it. It is the gateway. It is the gateway to allowing divine love to manifest forth within you. And the higher you raise your frequency, and he's saying it's not that your frequencies are low, it's that you misperceive them as being low. He's saying it'll expand your horizons. He's showing someone taking off like these like tunnel vision glasses that block their peripheral vision, and it just expanding, and all of a sudden they're getting this full 360 degree up and down. They're able to be, he's saying omnipresence. You will begin to call forth spiritual gifts, and this sense of wonder and curiosity about life will burst forth from you as it did when you were a child, and you will become in love with every second of your divine self, and your divine, eternal, glorious nature will burst forth from you, and your creative pursuits will all feel fulfilling, whether or not they bring forth money immediately. Your romantic pursuits will feel fulfilling. You will see the divine, unconditional love in them because you are seeing it in yourself, and they will become nurturing and nourishing and lively and fulfilling, instead of filled with fears of, is he going to leave me? When is he coming back? What if he chooses someone else? What if he doesn't like me for me? They're saying love yourself so unconditionally that it does not matter if you have another. And ironically enough, that is when it will be time for you to meet your incarnational soulmate, or twin flame, as you would say. They're saying we also wish to address twin flames do not always have to cause so much hurt and upset. That is your misperception of them. They are actually meant to be extremely divine unions that bring forth amazing creative capabilities in terms of, like, your frequency is able to manifest, right? You manifest from frequency, not just, hey, I'm visualizing this thought, yada, yada, yada. And Abe Hicks has actually talked to me about this, the fact that it's not the visualizing that manifests, but the feeling. So like it's really important to get into the feeling, the high frequency feeling. I just saw a bunch of beings clapping. They're like, thanks. And I got like a heart squeeze. They're saying the feeling, the higher frequency vibration is essential for manifestation of anything. And they're saying, let go of needing another person to fulfill you and make you feel whole and loved and complete. Feel that within yourself. And ironically enough, every person you meet, you will feel more nourished with, because you're not coming into any relationship with any lack or any belief that you are unlovable or that you must get love. Love is what you are innately. It is all you are. And we wish for you to see that within you. And they said, we will be with you again soon, dear ones. All right. Well, I can honestly say that this, they just kind of like are sitting, just kind of listening. I can say that this has worked for me personally. I found that when I started to, choose myself and nurture myself, even if it seemed, illogical by society's standards or by my own past standards, or like my past ideas of what does success mean, and does this seem logical? Will I make money from this? I'm not sure. Is this smart? I found that actually when I choose myself and I do things that I love for myself, with no agenda besides other than I love doing them, I find that like when you're in that spirit of play and curiosity and wonder and doing things just because they're fun and enlightening and exciting, and it feels like you're going down the yellow brick road and you're finding your way home to yourself, and the more you do that, I can honestly say I've manifested so many beautiful experiences. Like like I'm transitioning in a divorce right now. The divorce has been utterly fucking peaceful, and we're turning into this beautiful conscious uncoupling thing. It's just been really, really like beautiful. I never thought that would be possible, but it is, because you raise your frequency and you elevate everyone and everything around you. I've seen, money flowing in, but then I realized I'm not even doing things for the money. Like, it's great to be financially supported. I love what I'm doing. I love channeling. I love teaching spiritual truths. I love helping women tap into themselves and trust their intuition. And I love, like, I'm having a meetup in LA if you guys want to come on March 16th. So I'm just like, because I want to, because I love it. And so of course people are coming, and I've made new friendships and have a new like business endeavor with a new partner that I love working with. And we didn't even launch it to make money. It was really about like, we just enjoy working together and we're having fun creating together, and I'm just finding that I'm meeting amazing humans now, and my son is thriving. Like, it's really all about how we're treating ourselves. It's all about our perceptions of ourselves. Are we thinking loving thoughts about ourselves? Are we choosing to be loving towards ourselves? Are we, noticing when we're having a fear frequency and fearful thoughts, and actually, stepping back and not judging ourselves about it, but saying, I can choose love instead of this. So this stuff's really powerful. I love when they come in and they talk about this stuff, because they were, divine lovers. They had a very long relationship. They're saying we did have children as well. There was an actual bloodline, and they're saying in your world, but they're saying we're eternally lovers. We were the same soul. That came in to have that profound experience together. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Come and join my Facebook group. We do more of these channelings in there. They're a lot of fun. We've channeled, Paul Walker has come in to teach from the other side. All of these beings kind of have come in to just to give their like spiritual afterlife perspective, and kind of just say, here's some of the things I learned after I crossed over, or, they want to talk about like, here's why my life ended up the way it did. It's less like they're not really talking too personal details. It's not like an interview. It's more like they're like, I want to come and teach and help you guys have amazing human experiences. So we've had a lot of beings come in: Heath Ledger, Paul Walker, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, the Sophias, if you guys are familiar with the Sophia code. Isis is coming into the membership tribe. Napoleon Hill is going to come into the mastermind and talk. He wrote Think and Grow Rich, and he's just got like a ton of information. Albert Einstein has come in. So if you guys are curious about more of this, come and join my Facebook group. It's totally free. There's a lot of good conversations and stuff going on in there. Lots of good channelings, and a lot of fun. Like, lots of high vibe people. And I do believe too, when it comes to manifesting, I think we think about it so singularly, like, oh, I want this and I want these great experiences. But I think we forget how important it is and how awesome it is that when we choose loving thoughts and we raise our frequencies, we actually raise the frequency of the whole collective. And so if you guys are paying attention to ascension principles and, the 5D experience, I believe we're done ascending on some level. Like, we just aren't able to see it yet. But like, I believe it's happened already, like, time not being linear and stuff. So, on some level it's done, and that gives me a lot of comfort. So I can see your comments here. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Yay. Oh yeah. Kelly is in my ISC, the Intuitive Soul Collective membership tribe. She got an awesome message about being her own soulmate yesterday. It's just coming forth. Oh, I'm sorry, Alok. Hey, Ingrid. Oh man, girl, I added you as a friend really recently, and I was looking at your website the other day. I meant to reach out to you. Hey, Mary. Thank you. I'm so happy that this helps some of you guys. If you guys have more questions, PM me or come and join the Facebook group. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're considering joining the mastermind, if you're in my other group, it's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of truths like this coming in, lots of work with gene keys and human design as well. My mastermind buddy, Ashley, I've never seen anyone talk about gene keys and human design the way she does. She really has a gift. So come and check it out. Come and check out the group. It'll be a lot of fun. And thanks for having me. Bye, guys.